Ezra Levant here for Rebel News. We're in Davos, Switzerland for the annual World Economic Forum meeting. You can see how cold it is. You can see my breath. Behind me is a church, but it's called USA House. 1 week a year, this church rents itself out to the World Economic Forum attendees, I suppose to the highest bidder. Last year it was Filecoin, some crypto. There was a real crypto mania here a few years ago. Now it's all AI. A few years before that it was global warming. These folks are very fashionable when it comes to the trends. USA House, a large presence. Of course, Donald Trump has decided to come back to Davos. This will be his second speech here as president. He gave his speech in his first term, and in some ways Trump is the antithesis to the World Economic Forum. They're about bureaucracy and globalism and NGOs and regulations. I don't know if you know this, but in the European Union, little bottle caps of water by regulation have to stay on the bottle when you unscrew them. Like, that's, to me, that's called innovation in Europe, whereas the United States has a very free-spirited, free market, scientific, industrial, and expression and cultural freedom. Anyways, what's Trump doing here? Why is USA House so dominant this year? What's Trump going to say? I've got some predictions. Always a dangerous thing to do, but here's what I think is going to happen. Number one, I think Donald Trump is just going to dominate the space and turn it into his platform.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a pleasure for me to receive you in Davos. Davos, without you, it's not truly Davos, I would say. The President of US is something special, rare, and we appreciate that you are coming.
He's bigger than anyone else here. They all consider themselves the masters of the universe, and in their own domains they are. But really, I mean, you see those pictures of Trump in the White House, Oval Office, with all the European leaders, and I just think Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They're so small compared to him. Number two, I think he's going to trumpet America, toot America's horn, which is, I think, a purpose of a lot of the people here in Davos.
This afternoon, I want to discuss how we have achieved this economic miracle, how we intend to raise living standards for our citizens to levels never seen before, and perhaps how you too and the places where you come from can do much better by following what we're doing, because certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And we can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody, and say, I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good, but it's not heading in the right direction.
Number three, I think he's going to come out heavy for the annexation of Greenland. That's an easy prediction to make. It's what Trump and his team have been talking about for weeks now. And I think he's going to really call the question. I think he's really going to say, I think he's really going to force the issue.
Well, we have a concept of a deal. I think it's going to be a very good deal for the United States, also for them. And we're going to work together on something having to do with the Arctic as a whole, but also Greenland. And it has to do with the security, great security, strong security, and other things.
And finally, you may have heard that he's put together a Gaza committee to rehabilitate and rebuild that place. And he's basically said he wants countries or other people on it if they pledge $1 billion or more. Obviously, Canada's Mark Carney was first in line. There's no foreign aid project he won't give our money to. But I think Donald Trump is going to come here with demands. That's how Donald Trump thinks. He's not just here to give a speech. He's here to get something. He's here as part of a negotiation. He wants people to support his Greenland annexation, and he wants countries to chip in money the same way America has chipped in money for Ukraine. He wants these Europeans and all the folks who said free Palestine, well, he wants their money to rebuild Gaza. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know. That's my prediction. And I have a tiny hunch that he may mention the fact that the Nobel Peace Prize Committee did not give him a peace prize, even though he has solved or resolved 8 wars, and it's true. Those are my thoughts standing outside the USA House here at Davos for the World Economic Forum.